So today we're going to be testing ArriveMate, which is supposed to be a web page that will help international students with everything they need to know before arriving to the US in their journey through the US. So this is our homepage. This shows you all the things we can do. Check for jobs that match your visa status, check for housing near your campus, and we have clear guidance on step-by-step visa roadmap, curated jobs, community network. This is a note from the funders, and right now we're in beta testing. And these are the plans that we're proposally launching in the future. And you can apply for a fee waiver if you need financial assistance to cover this up. So we're gonna get started. We can see what happens when we get started, which is creating your account. But in this case, I already have an account. I'm gonna show you how I log in with my Google account because it uses Google verification. So here I'm just logging in with my Google account, and yeah, this is my dashboard. I already completed my profile, Lake First College, computer science, and I wanna clarify that this is an example. Company JP Morgan Chase Royal Data Science Center is an example that will be used in the future for the messaging when I show you the messaging features. So let's start with housing. How can this app help you find housing? We have access to Zillow, which is, well, the most famous in the US to find housing or rent. So you put the filters on the location you want, and it redirects you to Zillow, already checking for Chicago rental listings. And then apart from Zillow, we also have an API with Rentcast that lets us show you also other listings that are available. This is a free API because we didn't want to use, well, this one is off the market, but yeah, we didn't want to use, we didn't want to pay for an API for the MVP. So this is just like the free version. And then here is Students Applet. So we really think this will help students browse through other students' applets so they can feel safe that they're going to be staying with another student. This is in the future when we have more users using the application. You can post your own applet too, upload the pictures, location, availability of when you want to post your sublet. And for now, there's no sublets yet. Jobs. We use GitHub scrapping for the GitHub repositories that are updating 24/7. So this was updated last today at 1:27 p.m. So yeah, these are the new jobs. Usually new means that it has been open like within the last few days, and then it takes you directly to the page to apply for the job. And yeah. We also have jobs that are not sponsored, but they're all filtered by sponsored, non-sponsored jobs. And we have dates like 5 days ago, 5 days ago. You can also search by company. So I'm gonna start using the message feature to show you how that works. So I'm gonna look for JP Morgan, as you saw in my dashboard. That was my example of work location. So I see one ArriveMate user works here. These are all premium features, by the way. I message and I say, hi. In this case, this is me. So message sent. You have 23 messages left this month because you can only start a new conversation once. So if you continue the conversation and the person replies, that doesn't count as a new conversation. We're going to see here. So since I sent a new message, that counts, that subtracts my message limit. This is not to not overload people with a lot of messages. So, but continue the conversation. If I continue the conversation with myself, that doesn't appear as another message. So it doesn't subtract from my message limit. This will be the conversation feature. Yeah. Internships, new grad. Right now there's no new grad jobs. This is showing me only the 3 jobs with JP Morgan. Sorry. So yeah. New grad. These are the jobs filtered by new grad. These are the jobs filtered by internships, CPT, and then you can also just filter all jobs. Yeah. So right now we have 4,000 jobs in our page and it updates every day. Then we have the banking area. So we understand that coming to the US is kind of hard to understand. Also, like, it's the first time you're on your own without your parents, maybe, and it's hard to understand credit cards, savings, emergency funds, investing. What does this all mean? And that's why we created the Learn area in the banking and financial literacy page. This shows credit score 101. It just tells you credit scores. It directs you to helpful resources in the US, like to check your credit score and all of this. Then credit cards, what is a credit card, why it matters to get a credit card, and also different tips for international students and mistakes that should be avoided. Then we have savings and emergency funds. Um, we explain like high yield savings. We give high yield saving accounts options, and we give tips for international students. That's pretty much it. And then investing, we share the recommended platforms for investing in the US. And yeah, then we have budgeting basics, just the 50/30/20 rule, and other budgeting tools that can be useful while you're here. Then we have Find Banks. This is basically a data set created by us. Right now, we only have six banks, but hopefully by the moment beta testing starts, we want to have 20 plus um, banks that we're researching and checking for the benefits, specifically for international students. And so, yeah, these are the pros, cons, and features. And we are trying to filter only the accounts that allow international students to get a checking account, a saving account without needing to have a US passport. Anyway, then we have resources, and these are government resources. It just takes you to the different government resources um, for anything financial that you might need. Khan Academy Finance in case you want to like dig deeper into, your finances and all of this stuff. And these are just Reddit community to to talk about personal finance or student loans. And yeah, then we have the budget calculator, which is our creation. This is part of ArriveMate. In this case, this is the example. We can also try an example with 1,000. And let's say I'm going over budget. Then this is red because I'm going 140% over the percentage budget. So, and then it will say remaining minus 1,100. Your needs are $900 over budget. Consider cheaper housing or reducing utilities. Your wants are $100 over budget. So I'm spending more than I'm gaining. But yeah, we can also check with other amounts. Let's check with 800. Let's see, I don't pay utilities. Uh, yeah, and then this is what it looks like now. And it says your wants are $160 over budget. So basically, it's just personalized according to what you need. You can also download your budget and it will take you to your budget downloaded. Yeah. Anyway, uh, apart from banking, we have other immigration, which will be student visa types. It just tells you like the different student visa types where you can come to the US with, what is OPT, what is the STEM OPT extension, H-1B pathway, just like how it looks like in a timeline as an example. Then you can have documents, what are the important documents that you need, travel tips, and the resources we use to build this just immigration guide. And you can also just check out the resources to yourself in case you have more questions that are not answered in the guide. And you can also track your status by inputting your status and all of this. Then we have food because we know international students miss food from home and sometimes it's hard to find the right restaurants. So let me guide you through food. I'm in Chicago, so let's look at food in Chicago. And I love Chinese food because I'm Peruvian and Peru has a huge fusion with Chinese and Japanese food. So we're gonna just look at this and then you get all the restaurants that are in Chicago, what the ratings are. You get direct access to the Google Map, so you can, you know, go to that restaurant. And the special feature that we add is that international students are able to add deals in this application. So, for example, this deal was added by me. For $10, you get a choice of drink with a pastry or entry. And this is in Kinky. I'm just a fan of that restaurant. So you can filter it by deals. In this case, this one has the best deals right now because we're trying to grow our data set on deals, and that's why the beta testing will also be open. You can add your own deal, and once you submit the deal, this will be reviewed by our team and included on the deals where you will be helping another international student find cheap and good food. Then we have Your Mate, which is a virtual helper. This is also part of the premium features. And Your Mate can help you with basically anything. It uses Gemini. Right now, we're on the free plan just for beta testing. So let's say I need help with my F1 visa application, and it will just help me. Okay, let's get ready for your F1 visa. Let's cover some common F1 visa interviews. Be prepared to answer this. Take your time and then answer them one by one, and then it'll just give you feedback. Then we have the tech interview prep. Let's start with a coding problem. Coding problem. Let's see. Let's do it to make this effective. I need a little bit. What's your preferred difficulty level? Let's say hard. Um, Yeah. And then it's just gonna start thinking, and this is where it's gonna tell me problem you're giving to sorted arrays for the median. Yeah. Anyway, so these are all the questions I need to answer, and I'll just continue like seamlessly having like an interview. These are the usage limits: free 5 conversations per month, basic 30, and premium 29. Uh, Premium, sorry, unlimited. Yeah, there's also general support, business interview prep, and I think that will be it as of what we have for ArriveMate right now. Thank you.